with their colors. Again, according to testimony.
I know a lot of you guys think I'm a club flamer. I don't flame clubs. I make videos to educate. So if a club does something, it's not my intention to have everybody rah, 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 rah. You guys know I hate rah, rah shit. Rah, rah, you guys didn't do it right. Rah, rah, I would die for my colors. Rah, rah. Most of the people talking that shit will not die for their colors. I've been around too long. I've seen it. Every major club, every top major 1% club, the big 99% clubs, RCs, every one of them have lost colors. Every one of them. Not just the Christian club we were talking about. Every club has lost colors. Some lose them, you know, some fight harder than others and all that kind of stuff. But for everybody that tells me what the hell they're going to do, I promise you there's a situation that you would do something different. Like give up those fucking colors. And it's just that way. It's just the truth. My videos I make are to give you an idea of what's going on, give you something to think about, give you a way to plan what might happen, what you might do, a plan, a response. A lot of folks have never had some of these things happen to them and don't know what they do. So we make videos to educate, not to flame. And so we also try to be very responsible. We do follow-ups. We check things out. We change stuff when we put it out, especially as my biker news channel on Black Sabbath Biker TV over on YouTube. Sometimes I find I got to retract stuff and take stuff back. We stay on the education, and we stay on the research, and we're dedicated to telling both sides of the story. And as we learn more, we tell more. For instance, with the video I posted about the Christian club that got their colors taken by FSU, a punk core, a hardcore punk crew, not even a biker club. Well, come to find out, under more research, that what I thought was 4 or 5 brothers sitting there, it turned out to be just 2 brothers. One, a brand new guy who just handed his cut over, and that guy's now out of the club because, of course, you can't have somebody be in the club. And also, I've learned that it's part of their education series. It's part their prospects know that, you know, you're not supposed to give up your colors like that. So they had a new guy. There was only 2 guys that got attacked by several. And a lot of you guys would lose your cuts during a time like that. There's nothing you can do if a brother doesn't fight for you. Nothing you can do. I've seen that happen many times, where you're out there and you think there's 4 and there's really only 1. Or you think there's 20 and there's only 2. I've seen it 1,000 times. So there was only 2 guys. The other 2 guys, the reason I thought it was like 4 guys, because 2 guys had on black t-shirts. One guy had on a support shirt. And that support shirt looks very close to their real colors. Too close, if you ask me. Way too close. So we have a lesson now in designing your support shirts. And they should be clearly designed such that the person wearing them is not mistaken for a real club brother like I did. So make sure your support shirts say support your local or something like that, or support crew or anything like that. And you don't put like your colors on the back. Your colors on the back are for in my opinion, is how I do this. Your colors on the back, your logo, your club icon on the back, that's really for club brothers. And on the back of your support shirts should be a big, bold and golden, yellow, white, neon support, so people don't mistake what you got going on. But So we found out it was only 2 brothers, and one of the brothers, as you saw, went down fighting for his colors. He got swarmed by like 4 dudes, and he still continued the fray. He didn't just hand his colors over. The other guy didn't fight. He's out the club. And another guy, the other 2 guys were really just kind of, they had come for the first time. They'd come for the first night to hang out and get to know things. And they were taken as much by surprise. But that would let me know that those guys ain't worthy for hang-aroundism. Because if I come with you and I hang out with you, even if you're not my club brother, if I'm there with you, well, for the time that we're there together, pretty much we're throwing down together. That's just the way that goes. And so I call attention to a guy by the name of Jake. Jake is a nomad, retired from the Hells Angels. I got to remember his last name. I did a video about Jake. And Jake's first day of prospecting with the Hells Angels, his first day of prospecting, he's about 80 now, maybe even older. They were about to kick in the door of some guy that owed them money or something. And Jake was like, man, you think we should do that? That doesn't seem legal or anything. I don't think we should do that. And they said, yeah, Jake, we're going to do that anyway. And Jake said, well, let me be the first one through the door. And Jake kicks the door open and gets shot right in the freaking chest. Pow! Well, he was one of those big weightlifter dudes. He had a big old huge muscular weightlifter chest. He takes that bullet straight to the chest, walks in, knocks the gun out of that guy's hand, fractures his ribs, and they beat that guy up real good. See, that's prospect. That's and by the way, that was his prospect ship. It was over, and he made full patch member that day. So I tell a lot of you guys a lot of times on that rah-rah shit, oh, you didn't prospect. You're disrespectful to how I got my patch. Hey, man, it's what you bring to the club. Not everybody gets in the same way. It's what you bring to the club. And that's what brotherhood's about. The energy you bring, bro. And he was able to bring that energy from day one. They said, we want this guy right now. So think about that. We make videos to educate, stimulate, create conversation, not to flame clubs, flame people, get people picked on, all that kind of stuff, because rah-rah shit spoken by rah-rah people normally turns out to be not so rah-rah. They don't have the real energy when it comes to it, especially if you've never been through that. You might think you will die for your cut, and maybe you will. But a lot of times, mostly, you won't. Especially if you're not cut from that certain cloth that only few people are cut from. So we always tone down the rah-rah rhetoric and tone up conversation and how things should be done according to MC protocol. That's who I am. Hey, you can get my gear at blackdragonsgear.com, my cool t-shirts and stuff. Get over there and check it out. I always appreciate talking with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Capiche?